Welcome to this masterclass where I know you have said to yourself that you are ready for a change. You are tired of going around in circles in your life. You are tired of having the same experiences over and over again in your life and not seeing any breakthrough. And listen, I want to be real with you and let you know that I know exactly what it feels like. A few years ago, my life was at rock bottom. I saw other people succeeding. I saw other people making headway in their lives, making the kind of money I wanted to make. I saw all of it and I didn't know how I was going to get it. I didn't know how I was going to change my own life in order to be positioned for the abundance and for the increase. And one day I decided that I had to change the narrative in my life. I had to decide that this can no longer serve me the way I am right now. And I took action steps. I moved out of being a victim of my circumstances. I moved out of feeling like the world was against me to turning my mindset to believe that I can create the life of my dreams. And it's been a journey, right? It's been a journey where I have learned things, I have made mistakes, I have tried and failed. But in all of those experiences, I have learned 8 key things, which is what I want to share with you today, that really changed a lot of the way I viewed my life. It changed my attitude towards goal setting, and eventually it actually resulted in me being able to accomplish so much more than I have ever accomplished in such a short space of time. And so I'm really excited that you signed up for this masterclass, because what it shows me is that you are ready. You are ready for your transformation. You are ready for this year to be your breakthrough year, and I'm excited that we get the chance to do that together. So I would ask that you pause this for a second, get your pen and paper, because I am going to be running through 8 steps in this masterclass that will move you immediately from where you are right now in your life to ultimately where you desire to be. So press pause, quickly get a pen and paper, maybe a glass of water to drink, and I will see you in a couple of seconds time. Okay, so let's get this masterclass on the roll. Now, statistics tells us that 92% of people start their year off with excitement. They have a lot of high hopes for their lives. They feel that yes, this is their year, this is their breakthrough. But 92% of people after January begin a downward decline towards their dreams and towards their vision. And 8% of people who set goals, 8% of people who start their year off with an enthusiasm to succeed, are the ones that from the beginning of the year right down to the end of the year are putting in these key things that I'm about to teach you in place that enables them to actually look back and say, wow, I've had a phenomenal year. Now, because you are on this masterclass, I know that you are looking for a phenomenal year. I am looking for a phenomenal year. And so I want to share with you 8 key master keys that you need to implement right now in order for you to start that process of making your life a reality, making your dreams a reality, I should say, and really move out of the shadows of other people's dreams and step into the limelight of your own dream reality. So what are the key 8 master steps in order for you to really make this year a turnaround year for you? Let me tell you what they are. The first thing is that it's important for you to not get stuck on the how of your goal, but rather to focus on what is the goal. So in other words, clarity is a key component that you are going to need in order for you to really start this process of elevating and moving into the direction of your dreams. You have to know what it is that you want. Many people don't actually know what it is that they want. They give vague ideas. I want to be rich, I want to be healthy, I want to lose weight. But there are no specifics to it. And what happens is that when we cannot be specific about what we want, it makes it difficult for us to focus. It makes it easy for us to become distracted. It makes it easy for us to become overwhelmed in terms of how are we going to get this thing done. So I want you from today to get clear on what it is that you want in the next 12 months of your life. Think about it. Take your time and really ask yourself, what do I want? As a life coach and as an executive coach, I coach my clients through 12 key areas. These 12 key areas include your health, your finances, your work, your relationships, your family, your social network, your self-esteem, your spirituality. These are the kind of areas that can help you gain some form of clarity in terms of what you want to accomplish. And then once you've decided what you want, it's important to not get stuck on, oh my God, how am I going to do this? This is where a large majority of people get stuck, because what happens is they are waiting for all of the ducks to line up in a row before they feel they can take action. What successful people do, however, is they decide that this is what I want, and they begin to allow the journey to unfold organically and naturally by itself. So the first thing is just focus on what it is that you want, and trust that as you are focusing on what it is that you want, the how will manifest itself each and every relevant step. So does that mean you never need to plan? No, it doesn't. It does mean you need a plan. You do need a strategy, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later in this masterclass. But the first thing I want you to start in this journey is knowing what you want, focusing on what it is that you want, and then trust that the steps you need to take to make that a reality will unfold itself. So the summary of this point is, don't get stuck on not knowing how you're going to get what you want. Don't get stuck on inaction. Get focused on what you want and just begin to take the next immediate steps for what it is that you want. Okay? The second key, master key, is that successful people who end up accomplishing their goals and their dreams are the ones who embody who they want to become in their present now. I'll say that again. So successful people never look at their current situation and their limitations. Successful people who we can refer to who have achieved the goal will tell you that even when they had nothing, even where their lives seemed so far from what it is that they wanted to accomplish or wanted to have in their lives, they began in the present moment to embody becoming the person that they could see themselves becoming once they arrived at their goal. So in other words, you have got to believe that you are already the person that is living the life of your dreams. So you want to be a millionaire. You have got to start thinking, you have got to start showing up every day in your life like a successful millionaire. It means that the things that you say, the language that you use has to change. You have to speak like a millionaire. Perhaps you want to be a wife or you want to be a mother. You have got to start seeing yourself every day in the mirror as this beautiful wife, as this beautiful mother. You have got to start having a maternal instinct if motherhood is your goal, right? So successful people understand that they are not limited by what they see right now in their circumstances. And this was a major shift for me personally, because, you know, as a single parent, and as a teenage mother, I was stuck in, I can't be the lawyer that I wanted to become because I am now a single parent. And it took years for me to understand that, until I shift my mind from looking at myself as a struggling young mother and looked at myself as the successful, focused corporate lawyer, I was going to forever be in the shadows of what I really desired. And so you have got to be able to embody yourself as the person you are right now. It means you show up every day looking the part. It means you speak the language of the person that you know the goal of that goal has been accomplished. It means everything that you do, your vibration, the things that you surround yourself with, the things that you think about, they all have to be in alignment as if you are already that person in this present moment who is living your dream life. So do not look at your circumstances right now. Do not look at the fact that your bank account is a zero right now. Do not look at the fact that you are single right now. Do not look at the fact that you are overweight right now. Do not look at the fact that you are ill right now. Look at who you are becoming and become that person now. And let me tell you why this is so important. The moment you start acting and behaving and becoming the person of your dreams, that is when the universe starts to bring everything that you need, the resources, the people, the money, the opportunities, the businesses, right? The connections. The universe will start bringing them into your life, just like a puzzle being filled and fixed into a grand picture, because it's recognized that you are ready to show up for your dreams. And so that's the second thing that I want you to understand. The second master key is that you begin to embody the person that you want to become in your present moment right now. Don't wait for your tomorrow to come. Don't wait for your opportunity to break through to come. Don't wait for that money to arrive in your bank account to start looking like you are a successful 6-figure 7 business owner. Start doing it right now, because that is what begins the process of truly manifesting and bringing those things into alignment in your life. Number 3, you have this big, massive goal, right? You have a vision. What most people get overwhelmed with is they see that they have this big vision and they become overwhelmed as to how they're going to get this vision accomplished. And so the number 3 master key that you need in order to change the trajectory of your life right now is to break down those big goals into actionable sizes. You can't eat an apple in one go, right? You can't just stuff the apple, swallow it, and expect to not have a fit or choke. You would bite the apple, and you bite the apple in incremental bits until you have completed the apple. It's the same thing with your goals. Don't get overwhelmed by the big picture. Yes, you need the big picture to give you the overall direction of where you're headed. But you also need to be able to break down these goals. You also need to be able to assign time, space, energy, and relevant people and resources for each of those broken down goals. And so number 3 is for you to look at the overall part of your goals, and I'm going to share with you a resource that I have that really does this masterfully for you at the end of this masterclass. So definitely be sure to stay till the end so you can actually access the resource that I have available that helps you to look at your overall massive goal and break it down into actionable steps so that you are not overwhelmed, you are not confused, and also so you don't lose motivation. The reason why so many people give up on their dreams is because they see it as a hard struggle. Whereas if they just take it step by step, moment by moment, bit by bit, step by step, they will accomplish that goal. So that's number 3. Break down your massive goal into small actionable sizes and begin working on those actionable sizes step by step. Number 4 is that successful people plan for their success. It's just as simple as that. You may have heard the saying, fail to plan, you plan to fail. And that's the reality. If we don't have a plan for how we are going to succeed in our lives, if we don't have a strategy in place, we can't get to where we're going. What will happen is, without a plan, you are going to take longer to reach your destination. That's if you reach it at all. You are going to be distracted on your journey because you don't have a roadmap that leads you to where you're going. You're going to take detours. You're going to find that you've reached a dead end. You're going to find that you've taken a turning that is much longer because you have not had a plan for your success. And so that's the fourth key that I want you to really master is how do you begin to plan for your success? How do you begin to look at where it is that you are right now and map out a strategy for how you are going to get to your big picture? And again, I will show you exactly how you can do that. So stay to the end of this masterclass to learn more about it. Number 5, they hold themselves accountable. Accountability is so important. What does accountability mean? Essentially, accountability is where you make yourself responsible by reporting to somebody who you trust, somebody who you believe in. It could be a person that you're close to, a family member. It could be a coach like myself. It could be an organization. It could be a community. Right? But you hold yourself accountable by reporting to them your progress that you have been making towards your goal. This is where you begin to look at who you trust and who you believe is an encouragement to you, a motivator to you, someone who's going to actually tell you the truth and call you out when you need to be called out and push you when you need to be pushed and lift you up when you need to be lifted up. That is what accountability is. Every successful person reports to somebody else. And in that reporting is to ensure that they are doing what it is that they said they are going to do. Right? I have accountability partners. I have coaches who push me, who call me out, when I'm not pulling my weight, when I'm trying to hide and stay in my comfort zone because I don't want to, push myself any further. So successful people have people who they are accountable to, and that is a very, very critical part to succeeding and to accomplishing your goals as well. Number 6 is to surround yourself with a positive community. I don't know about you, but I cannot stand being around Debbie Downers. I can't stand being around people who are negative all the time, who are always complaining about how broke they are, who are always complaining about one relationship or another, right? Why? Because their energy drains my energy, and success requires high vibrational energy. And so you want to mix in a community of people who are like-minded towards the directions of your dreams. And so I'm sorry to tell you this, but if you are hanging around with friends or even family members who are not supporting your dreams, who are not aligned to the kind of positive changes you are trying to make in your life, then it's time to change your circle. I understand that we can't necessarily get rid of our friends, and this is not for me to say, chuck your friends away and chuck your family away, but find yourself a community of positive-minded people. People who have gone ahead of you, people who have done successful things that you can look up to and aspire to become. You don't want to be around people who are below your level or even at your level. Successful people push themselves by being with people who are higher than their level because they see the path that they have walked. They see the things that they have learned and they learn from them. I love this saying that says, success leaves clues. And so what are the clues that you are missing out on because you are not in the right community of people? Because you are not plugged into a high vibrational community. And so now that is a key element that you need in order to change your trajectory this year, is find positive people to commune with, to learn from, to grow with, to push you, to lift you. Yeah? and to expose you, exposure to new things, exposure to new experiences, exposure to new possibilities. Because when you have an exposure of what could be possible, that is when you begin that creative momentum in your life, and that is when you begin to really attract to you things that will take your life to the next level. Number 7 is to enjoy the process of working towards your dream life. So many of us get fixated on the outcomes. We're only ever looking at, as long as I get this goal, as long as I lose this weight, as long as I make this money, as long as I have this business deal, as long as I can get married, I'm okay. But what they fail to realize is that there is so much value in the process of becoming the person, in the process of accomplishing and pursuing that goal. And that is really where real growth and transformation takes place. So don't miss that part out because you are just fixated on the outcome. Take your time to enjoy the process of getting to the outcome. And this is really what makes the difference with successful people, because when they enjoy the process, they learn, they transform, they expand, they connect on a different level, they appreciate the small things, they celebrate their small wins, right? And it's in those processes that we become better people. That is where we begin to open up the very best versions of ourselves. So don't get stuck on, I just want to get there, I just want to get there, I just want to get there. Enjoy the process of getting there. Don't miss out on the growth and learning opportunities that are involved in you pursuing your goals. The last thing, of course, is probably the most obvious, is successful people, they don't quit. They don't. They keep going and keep going and keep going. As a matter of fact, every single day, I say to myself, Bankhead, just keep going. Don't stop. Just keep showing up for your dreams. Just keep turning up. Even if no one is watching you, just keep putting it out there. Even if no one is listening to you, keep spreading your message. Even if no one is reading your work, keep writing. I tell myself this every day because it's so important. It's the only way to get to the final destination. And this is what I want to say to you today as well. I know it's hard. I know. I've been there. Sometimes I am still there. I know it's difficult to see other people succeeding. You're wondering, why can't I get it right? And you're wondering, what more do I need to do? And you're wondering, how much more do I need to spend? You've gone for courses, you've gone for seminars, you've got coaches, you've got all of it, you've done it all. But I want to say to you, keep going. Because there is something that you will eventually click onto, and I tell you, it becomes like this avalanche of blessings and breakthroughs once you get that click. It is worth the journey. It is worth the pursuit. It is worth you saying, no matter what, I am going to keep going, because you will get there. Successful people, anyone you know who is a success today, is because they did not quit. And does it mean that they didn't feel like quitting? Oh, they did. They definitely felt like quitting. But they realized that the prize at the other end is far greater than quitting at this stage. It will get difficult. It will get hard. You will be confused at times. You will feel frustrated. You will feel like I'm doing everything and I can't make it through. But keep going. Do not quit, because once you pass the threshold, once you break through, I want you to imagine a dam, a water, and I love that image where, that once you open up the dam, the water just literally gushes through. That is what it's like once you hit that threshold, once you get past it and move through the difficult stages. That is what's going to happen. So listen, this is a taster of what I have in store for you, and this is really where I'm going with today's masterclass. And I hope that you have been able to learn some things from these 8 master steps that I have shared with you today. And I tell you that the moment you start implementing them right from today, you're going to see a shift. The moment you stop focusing on the how and getting yourself stuck and worried about that, and just focusing on where it is that you're going to go, you will see a shift. right? When you start moving into the place of becoming that person that you desire to be, even right now, even if you feel like you are not there yet, once you start practicing being that person, you will get there, right? Once you start breaking down these goals, these large, massive goals, into actionable steps, you're going to get there. And so what I want to encourage you to do today after this class is this. I have a special masterclass, a goal planning workshop that I have called the Strategic Vision Goal Planning Workshop. It's a 3-part workshop where I sit down with you and I go through step by step, stage by stage, how to take your massive goal and break it down into bite size and then implement them into monthly, daily, weekly plan for yourself. And I want to invite you to come to join me on this workshop. You can access this workshop immediately. It's a workshop that took 3 hours. It was done with a group of my clients where we went through some very powerful goal planning strategies that enables you to have 90-day goals, monthly goals, weekly goals, and daily goals, all which align with your overarching goal. I want to tell you, when I learned this goal personally myself last year, it absolutely radicalized my life. At the beginning of last year, I was in a financial situation. I'm not gonna lie, I was tight. Money was tight. I had school fees, I had rent, I had so much going on, and I didn't have enough money. And I remember I signed up to my masterclass. I have a coach who's also my mentor, my coach, and they had a masterclass, a mastermind group, where they implemented and taught me a goal planning strategy that really allowed me to gain the clarity and the 8 steps that I've talked about today. And when it allowed me to gain that clarity, I had momentum from that moment on. I had momentum from that moment on, and it resulted in me having 5 different sold out launches of different aspects of my coaching business. It allowed me to travel to 4 continents, to 4 different countries, all in 1 year. The countries that I had traveled to were on my bucket list for years and years and years. And last year I was able to do that. You may have seen my social media pictures with my bikini picture that, well, kind of broke the internet. You know, that was me in Mexico, one of the most expensive places in Mexico. And I was only able to accomplish that goal really because I had learned, practiced, and implemented what I am about to teach you in this goal planning workshop. And so what I want to do is to invite you to come on board. If you are ready to increase the level of abundance that you have right now, if you are ready to increase the level of progress that you are making right now, and if you want to do it without the struggle, if you want to do it without pulling your hair out, without the trial and the error, without all of the confusion, then this workshop is for you. And what is so even more amazing about this workshop is I paid $497 for this mastermind workshop, right? I paid it. I entered my details because I was at such a rock bottom place. I needed this. But I'm not offering that for you. I'm not offering you $497 this masterclass at all. I'm not even offering you $197, which, you know, is actually how it retails. I'm offering this for you just $27. It comes with a workbook. It comes with easy access, immediate download. You get straight into it. And it comes with you having access to me after the workshop. This is the step that is going to culminate all of these 8 things that I've just gone through with you today. And it will totally transform your life. Let me look at you eyeball to eyeball. It will totally transform your life. Guys, last year I had debt that I never thought I was going to be able to clear. I had friends who had borrowed me money when my husband passed away a couple of years ago, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to repay that money back. But what I did when I entered this mastermind class, I had an ambitious goal last year, and I didn't know how I was going to accomplish that goal. But when I entered this mastermind, and when they showed me the strategy, when I implemented the strategy, I accomplished that goal. I cleared off my debt. The friends that owed me money, that I owed money to, I paid them off. I traveled to 4 different countries. I increased my clientele twice, doubled the number. I made twice the amount of money that I had actually envisioned making last year. And it was all because I put my goal into a system, into a proven strategy that works. And that's what I'm offering you today. So don't waste time, because this is a limited offer. And what I'm going to say to you right now is just click the link at the bottom. It's going to take you into the details of what this workshop is about, how to access it, and it's just $27. It's not $147, $197, $497, none of all of that big boys money. It's just $27. And if you think about what you can do with $27 right now, and what you can invest $27 in a workshop like this, and how at the end of the year you can come back and say to me, Banker, wow, these are the things that I have accomplished because of this workshop. It's a no-brainer, right? So I'm so excited for your journey. I'm really looking forward to having you in my community as we elevate together. I'm looking forward to working with you in the workshop and after the workshop. And I know that you being here today is because you are ready for your progress. You are ready for your abundance. And so I say congratulations, because I know that from today, your life will never be the same. You will definitely move into a new space, into a new direction. And I'm excited for your journey. I want to say thank you for joining me in this masterclass. Please implement these 8 steps, right? If you haven't accessed the workbook, access the workbook. Start making progress in your life now. Don't wait for your tomorrow. And access the goal workshop and make it a complete package so that you can truly, truly, truly see 2020 and beyond as the most amazing time of your life. Thank you once again, guys, and I can't wait to serve you on the other side. Take care.